So Yvonne in Dust said the national languages of Kenya are English, Kiswahili, and silence. So can you talk a little bit about place and home, as a structure? Because again, like you are from Kenya, you are from Africa, but like how much does that kind of come into your identity? Because also, that also with the history and everything like that. So can you talk about place and home a little bit?
So the full quote, there's usually like another sentence after that which is included. So like the official languages of Kenya are English, Swahili, and silence. But then there's also memory. Like
memory.
That's
yes.
a sentence after.
Yep.
And it's from like this really, really wonderful book called Just, which I absolutely love. And it's like, I guess, one of those quotes which is overquoted. Because it's very easy to quote. It's like, right? One of the things that is interesting to me about like my writing is that I mostly write about Kenya. Not necessarily because I want to only write about Kenya, but there's this way that a writer has to identify themselves as like, okay, first of all, I write about Kenya. And then like there's this like category which I hated for a really long time called Africa. Despite like the fact that like you can't actually be an Africa expert. That's just like, how the fuck does that work?
Yeah, right. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. But then like as a consequence of me being from Kenya, it means that it's easier for people to accept me writing about another country in Africa.
Sure.
That could be like, this is happening in Senegal, but I know nothing about Senegal whatsoever, right? But it's like this like vague notion of like of Africa. And I remember like a few months ago, I was like in someone's house, a bunch of like British dudes, and so I get in and like it's been raining and like I go to the shower, I'm given warm clothes, some chocolate, some biscuits, and like I'm sitting in front of the fire and like I'm looking at the books, right? And it's all this like who's who of classic American and British literature, right? And it's like Hemingway and it's like Conrad and like all these people, and I'm looking at them as like interesting collection, right? And then like the person whose house it is goes, Carey, just so you're aware, there's the African screen in the next room. So if you want to look at that too, like feel free, right? And I look at him and I'm like, okay.
What am I supposed to take with this? Yeah.
Then of course, I guess like I stayed there and we're talking some more, Then if I go to sleep and it's like, Carey, remember, check out the African section and tell me what do you think? And of course, like because I like looking at books, I want to check the African section. But there's like an insinuation like there that I hated, that like because I'm like from Africa or like I'm from Kenya, I'm supposed to be like interested in like this sort of like Kenyan writing and like African writing or whatever. And I think like that's one of the things I love about writing, about literature, about reading, is that like it's very it's universal. I mean, it's I remember I went through a spell of loving Franzen's writing. And like Franzen is like apparently like the picture of great white male American novelists at the age, right? But like for a spell, I loved his writing. It was like, I mean, like so I could love Franzen, I could love Juan Pamo, and I could love Elif Batuman, and I could love Arundhati Roy, and I could also love Yvonne.
Right.
And at some point, it doesn't matter if like Yvonne is a Kenyan writer, because like the fundamental things are like do I enjoy her writing?